Welcome back to School Calisthenics. It's Tim and Jacko for part 4 of our handstand series. What are we doing today, Tim?
We're going to meet in the middle.
So we announced a while ago about the handstand world record, and we've had 3-part series so far, trying to build up being able to get into that handstand, ready for the handstand challenge. But today we're going to link some of that stuff together. So Tim, just let them know what we're going to do today.
So we've introduced our process of learning to handstand, learning from the bottom up and the top down. The last lesson is about linking it all together in the middle. So we have to connect both of those skill parts that we've learned from the top and bottom and start to integrate everything into a beautifully held handstand.
Let's get into it, shall we?
So we're going to use 2 tools from the locker to start to link this movement together. The first one is eccentrics. We can start to build some real strength and control through a movement pattern by just focusing on the lowering phase. But we're going to use our friend the wall to give us a little bit of support, and Jacko's going to give us a demo. So, real simple. He's just going to go into a straight arm position. He's going to kick himself up, and we're just like we've practiced before. And he gets into this nice position. Remember all of the basics from this point onwards. Tight in the midsection, driving the floor down, bums on. We're trying to create lots of stability and tension through the chain to hold this force together. So his job now is he's just going to keep his feet against the wall and he's just going to slide them down, but he's working slowly. Keep him pushing hard into the floor with the hands, and he brings his feet down and trying to get ourselves into our tuck position from the previous lesson. You can see that he's using the wall for support. We've got the shorter lever length, a little bit easier for him to control. The second progression on this one is going to get a little bit more challenging because we're going to try and rely on the wall a little bit less. So Dave's going to come down now, bringing the feet off, and he's going to try and see if he can just use the wall when he needs it. So dabbing the feet again, just again to recreate the balance as he feels it, and then he gets into that position there, knowing the wall's there for support if he needs it. But just make those small corrections as you come down, and you'll find that as you shorten that lever length, you bring yourself into the tuck position, and you'll find that stabilization and that balance point. Here we are again, and then he comes in, that last one, you can see there, he just pulls the feet off the wall and he comes into that hold position. When he does that and the feet come off the wall, you see he has to make this small correction forward. Weight coming forwards, it's all about a balancing act, so weight coming forwards off the wall, shoulders just got to go forward ever so slightly just to recenter the balance. You'll see it again as it comes through, just distributes that weight slightly over the hands a bit more, brings the knees down, and we are in our tuck position. If you rewind why this is important, that's going to be the finishing point of our straight arm tuck up into a tuck handstand, and that's going to give us lots of confidence when we come to start to want to straighten the legs out because we know where their feet are in space, and we're just going to do the reverse of that when we actually come into the full movement.
So the second tool we're going to use is the assistance tool, where if you're like Tim, you're going to grab your best mate and they're going to give you some help. So what we're going to do is take that work from the wall where you were coming down, you've got an idea of where your feet are in space, but your friend is going to help you to just assist on your hips to give you a little bit of support there as you work up and straightening into that handstand position. So this is what it looks like. So his hands go shoulder width apart, arms are nice and straight, and he's going to get into that tuck position, but the partner is just going to hold up onto the hips and catch them there. Then once they're comfortable, keep your hands either side of the hips. They can then start to straighten up the rest of the body until they're into their handstand position. They can rest on your shoulder a little bit, but eventually you can grab their legs and then you can work your way onto the side. And as I work slowly down his body, he is then having to control the balance himself until you can just let go and just celebrate getting ready for that handstand world record. Tim will stay up there probably for a couple of weeks.
15 seconds.
Oh, I was going to say a couple of weeks. So that is the end of our 4-part handstand series, and then what you've got to do is spend its time on task to actually practice putting all of these steps together. So Tim's going to give us a nice demonstration of the full thing. So it's hands shoulder width apart, arms nice and straight, little bunny hop up into that position where you're trying to get the hips stacked on top of the shoulder to the Stevenson chair, and then from there, fingers working hard, always trying to push down to make yourself nice and long and strong, and being really slow and controlled with the legs into that straightened position. Once you're there, it's time to just get comfortable. Don't relax, keep pushing down, keep the core on, keep the bum on, and there's your nice, beautiful handstand.
So there we have it, guys. There's 4 different lessons there for you to have a play around with. Handstand training takes some time. It's not an easy thing to learn, so you've just got to keep some time on task, keep practicing little bits on a regular basis is going to help you to stick all of this together.
And if you haven't checked out one of the part 1, 2 or 3, then you can go back and check those. But until next time,
Class dismissed.